Hello dear tea friends from around the world. Welcome to a new tea class with me, Stéphane Herler, the founder of the Tea Masters blog and the tea-masters.com tea boutique. Today, for the last video of the semester, I would like to talk about iced tea, because the summer has started yesterday. Now we enter the 3 months of summer. It's very hot outside in the western hemisphere, in the northern hemisphere. So we all want to have some refreshing drinks, and one way to make a very refreshing drink is to make tea. And I know in the US there is this tradition of iced tea in summer. Most of them are bought in supermarkets and are extremely sweetened. So I want to enjoy your tea, but also have a good health. So today I'm going to give you my tricks to make a great tasty iced tea, lots of teas that will be healthy because it will contain no sugar at all. This is what I'm currently using at home for my kids and also for myself. I also love to drink iced beverages, iced tea in the summer. And one of the easiest way to prepare it is to use one of these large teapots that our grandmothers used to have, used to collect, sometimes only using them on Sundays. So here is the set that my grandmother on my mother's side left me. You can see it has a beautiful Qinghua underglazed blue on white porcelain set with a rose design, and not just a rose drawing, but even a rose bud on top of the knob. Here at the knob, a rose bud, and even an applique of these two leaves. It's a bit difficult to open here. This is a bit in 3D, and the rosebud is definitely in 3D. Very beautiful, almost a sculpture. It shows really how plastic porcelain is and how it can be used to make beautiful art. This is a German company, Lotine. It was founded, if I can see it well here, in 1747 or 67, middle of the 18th century. This is a design that was popular after the Second World War in the 60s. Now this design is out of date. You cannot find it anymore. And this design is also interesting because it really shows us the link between Western porcelain and Chinese porcelain. Here I have, for instance, a Qing Dynasty small Qinghua plate, or more modern Qinghua jar, or a tea boat, a wastewater bowl, all of Qinghua, and we can see that the cobalt used to make the blue color will be different from one item to another. It's sometimes different quality, different concentration. Sometimes it's also a different origin of the cobalt, which makes that there are these variations in color. In Germany, the blue is really very blue, and it's a bit different from the Chinese. I would say even between the cups and the teapot there is a little bit a difference. A lot of these items were bought one by one. The porcelain was still quite an expensive item in the 60s and 70s. So my grandmother would buy this set little by little. We make it more and more complete and large. And therefore, some items were manufactured at different times. This also explains why the color sometimes varies from one item to the other. Okay. Hello, Terry also. So this traditional teapot might not be as useful for doing Chinese tea, gongfu tea, like this little Yixing teapot. So the brewing is different. Still, there are some rules that we can apply from the gongfu cha to this Western British style way of brewing tea, because it's more the British that really made it a tradition in the afternoon to drink tea and have a snack, or at that time a sandwich, or now more was a piece of cake. So the principles that we can apply, for instance, is to preheat the teapot. However, because this teapot is so large, in order to preheat it, we don't need to fill it to the very top like we would for a small Yixing teapot or for a Gaiwan. It's enough to fill it maybe to a fourth. Maybe what you can do is you can make it go back and forth, and this will be and let some time for the water's heat to propagate inside the teapot and heat up to the lid. As soon as you feel that the lid is warm enough, this will be a good time to start brewing. But first, of course, you have to empty your water from the teapot. Preheating the teapot helps to make sure that you get the most out of your leaves. If you don't do it, since you are going to fill it completely with lots of water, you are not losing so much, but still it's best to preheat it, and then you can also use this preheating water to rinse your cups and preheat them. In the summer, it's a bit less necessary, but it's a cleansing technique that does not take away too much from the joy. Actually, it's a good reminder that, especially maybe you did not use these cups for a long time, so cleansing them before might also be a good idea. Now, in terms of tea, how much to use? This will, of course, depend from the tea that you're using, from how strong you like it. The minimum is to pour tea to cover the bottom of the teapot. Now, you may want to put a little bit more, maybe 2 layers, but at least 1 layer is necessary. If you like it stronger, you can use 2. And also, if the tea is of a high quality, like my red tea from the East Coast, or my high mountain red teas from Shaninshi or from Alishan, I found out that I can brew them for half an hour, and if I don't use too many leaves, actually they are not turning bitter. They are still have a mellowness, a sweetness that is natural, that is enjoyable. So, and it's therefore quite easy to brew them. So for this red tea from the East Coast, this plate is roughly the size of the bottom of this teapot. So I would roughly put so much just enough to make a good fill the bottom, put it inside, and then add some hot water. Now I already have some tea inside. Actually, I brewed Autumn Oriental Beauty from my Seasons of Oriental Beauty set, and I already brewed it once, but this tea I feel is quite concentrated, so I'm going to brew it a second time. And even though I did not preheat it by using a lot of water, this is going to be quite warm. Voila, finished it. So really the idea is to fill as tall as possible, and because the wet teas that you would be using from my selection, these wet teas are of such good quality that you can actually also brew them several times. 2 or 3 times, that's no problem, even if you brew them for 10-15 minutes. Especially this one from the East Coast is really still very powerful and can be brewed several times. And then what do you do? We want to drink it cold, so I recommend to have a second container in porcelain where you can empty it and let it cool down. You can use, for instance, the pitchers that you have. Well, I don't have it. Don't have them here in my on hand, but very often people have gongdaobe, small pitcher for gongfu-cha. If you have a couple of them, this will help. And once the temperature cools enough, you can transfer this wet tea inside a larger bottle, maybe a plastic bottle that you can close, and then put it in the fridge, wait a couple of hours, and it will be cold after that, and then you can have iced tea without any sugar added, without any flavor added, completely natural and healthy and very tasty. But of course, in the meantime, you have to resist drinking it hot. This is maybe not so not such an easy task, because when you will empty the teapot, it will smell so good that you might want to have a sip when it's still hot. So that's why I recommend that you make a lot of that you brew a lot of tea, so that you will have enough to make some cold and also to have a cup of tea when it's warm. Let me see if you have any questions so far. Please give me a thumbs up for these little classes that I'm doing every semester. So today is the last class of the semester. We'll start again in September. However, I'm here during the months of July and August, and I will give one-on-one classes to a person that I will select among usually the highest order of the week. I will contact you in advance. I will wait for you to receive your package, so that once you receive it, if you have questions about the teas that you have selected, that you have received, you can ask them to me directly. Show me how you are brewing your tea, and I can then give you some advice what you could improve on your technique, or which of your teapot or cup is most suitable for the teas that you have purchased. And these are the kind of things that I can answer, but really it will be up to you to ask me questions depending on the problems that you face in your daily brewing, or maybe you want to share your experience and or share a dream of tea that you have, a certain type of tea that you are looking for, or what a certain brew that you have once achieved and you are trying to make again. So maybe I can help to fulfill your dreams of tea, and that could be interesting to be on one-on-one instead of me doing it for simply for camera. These classes will not be public. I will not record them. They are just for you and for me. And I hope that and it's not an obligation. If you are not interested after you receive my proposal to do such a class, it's no pressure on you. It's just I thought an idea to get to know each other a little better, and especially to answer your specific questions about tea. Or maybe you have a question also about my chashi, etc., etc. There are so many questions, so many subjects that can be touched when we talk about tea. Here my second brew of Oriental Beauty has a nice dark color, dark orange color. I'm not going to cool this one. This one will be for drinking, and the rest I will cool down and serve in the coming days from the fridge. That's about it. Lots of wonderful spring oolongs of 2025 have been added to the boutique, so you can order them now when they are at their freshest, so that you can enjoy them during this summer with your friends. You can actually make iced tea with any kind of tea, but I still think that Oriental Beauty, high oxidized oolongs, or even red teas are the most suitable, because they are less afraid of being overbrewed, of being brewed very strong. The lighter oolongs, like High Mountain Oolong, when they overbrew, sometimes they lose a little bit their quality. So it's a bit more tricky to brew them. A little bit the same problem with green tea. If you are in an adventurous mode and up to the challenge, you can try. Sometimes there are good results. Very often the key to success is to use fewer leaves rather than more leaves, and but still using hot water to get all the flavors out. The other brewing method of cold brew in summer might make sense to some degree, but I would suggest it rather with lower grade teas. With higher grade, you are losing too much. You leave too much good aromas in the leaves. What distinguishes a good tea is that you can really brew it with hot water, boiling water. Lower quality, only lower quality are suitable for lower temperature. This is also how we distinguish if a tea is good or not, is if it can stand the heat. Okay, thank you very much for your interest. We will see each other again in September, and otherwise maybe during this summer if you have placed a large order and I contact you directly. Cheers! Let me see if you have any questions for today's class. Hi, süß Gurkenkämpf. Hi. No questions. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful Sunday. Bye bye.